Welcome back to the America Closer ID channel.
It cannot be denied. Playing basketball requires a supportive body. Indeed, short players can still compete. But if you are tall, you will benefit more. Plus, if you have a super high jump, you could say it's a complete package from the physical side to be great in this sport. The NBA is the highest basketball league in the world, filled with players with the greatest basketball talents from all over the world. But surely you are curious, who is the player with the highest jump in NBA history? We will discuss it in this episode. Before continuing, don't forget to like and subscribe. I have to tell you first that the height of the NBA ring is 305 centimeters from the floor. The average height of NBA players now is 198 centimeters. 8 centimeters taller than the average American male height. 198 centimeters is the height of a shooting guard for the NBA. Okay, so let's go straight to the first player. Number 1, Zion Williamson. This one player is actually unique, a Pelicans player who was an all-star in 2021 and will almost certainly be an all-star again this season, only has a height of 198 cm, which is the average height for a shooting guard position. But now he plays in the power forward position, which is usually over 2 meters tall. But make no mistake, he often bullies opponents' centers who are much taller than him because he has a very strong body, big and stocky. It's interesting to see his height when he raises his arms straight up is 262 centimeters on the other hand. Zion also has a jump height of 114 centimeters. Wow! So imagine if he jumps while stretching his arms up. His height reaches 376 centimeters, almost 4 meters, guys. No wonder he can do a dunk while floating in the air. The last thing he did was against the Suns in the middle of the game. Number 2, Zach LaVine. At 196 centimeters tall in the shooting guard position, he has a jump height of 116 centimeters. Wow. So when he just jumps without holding his hands straight up, he has reached a height of 316 cm, 11 cm taller than a basketball hoop. That's what makes him carve out a lot of highlights and flashes in the middle of the game. Not only has a high jump, but he is also a very good player. He has been named All-Star 2 times, the peak of the 2020 to 2021 season with 27.4 points per game. He is also good at shooting 3 points, once at 42% percentage in that season, during a dunk contest, Space Jam dunk conducted in 2015, which was so stunning that he beat his rivals. Number 3, Spot Webb. This player, whose real name is Anthony Webb, is sure to surprise you. Who says to have a high jump you also have to have a tall body too? Because the player's height is only 168 centimeters. He is one of the shortest NBA players in history. But make no mistake, because this player even won the 1986 NBA dunk contest. Maybe you are confused, why did such a short player enter the NBA? So, because Spot Webb is also given a very rare talent. So even though he is short, he is very fast and has a jump height of 117 centimeters. Wow. Even when he was 160 centimeters tall, he could already dance. He's also a very great player. The highlight of his career was when he played for the Kings in the 1991-92 season with 16 points per game and 7.1 assists per game. Number 4, Jason Richardson. Richardson is also known as a very great dunker era of the 2000s. With a height of 198 centimeters and a shooting guard position, he has a jump height of 118 centimeters. He is also frequently noted for highlight dunks in the middle of games. Not surprisingly, he won back-to-back dunk contests in the NBA in 2002 and 2003. Not only was he great there, but his performance on the field was also very impressive. The peak of his career actually occurred at the beginning of his career when he played for the Warriors, namely in the 2005-2006 season, where he recorded 23.2 points per game. He was also part of the 2007 We Believe Warriors team, where he and Baron Davis brought the Warriors ranked 8th to beat the Mavericks ranked 1st during the first round of the 2007 playoffs. Even though the Mavericks had the season's MVP Dirk Nowitzki and had just advanced to the NBA Finals right in the season previously. But unfortunately, with such a high jump and winning that many points, He was never selected as an all-star. So maybe he is one of the greatest players in NBA history who has never been named an all-star. Number 5, Dennis Smith Jr. Unfortunately, the former number 9 pick in the 2017 NBA draft has had a career in decline now. With a height that is considered undersized for a point guard, namely 188 centimeters, he is a defensive hole for his team. Despite that, his height when he spreads his arms up is 246 centimeters. Plus, the jump height is 122 centimeters. Wow. That means his hands were 63 centimeters higher than the ring when he jumped. He also made a lot of highlight dunks during matches early in his career, especially his 360 dunks. He was also a dunk participant in the 2018 and 2019 NBA contest 2 times. His career was very bright at the start, with 15.2 points per game in the first season, and entered the 2018 All-NBA Rookie Second Team at the Mavericks. But unfortunately after that, he moved to different teams, and his achievements dropped dramatically. Now he plays on Team Charlotte Hornets, one of the worst teams in the NBA this season. Number 6, Michael Jordan, the best player in NBA history, was also awarded the highest jumping talent in NBA history. No wonder many people nicknamed him Basketball Freak, a nickname given to players who were awarded with unreasonable talent. For example, a very long hang time in the air, or a jump that is too high or has a large muscular body but is fast and can hit all players. Jordan has a height of 198 centimeters, just like the average height of NBA players now, and is also a shooting guard. He is 268 centimeters tall when he raises his arms straight up, and his jump height is 122 centimeters. On the other hand, he was also awarded with very large palms, where he is said to have the largest hands in NBA history when compared to players of his height. So it's no wonder. That's what makes him great in offense as well as defense. Jordan also twice won competitions and contests. Coupled with a mentality that doesn't want to lose and likes to intimidate, that's what made him win 5 MVP titles, 6 MVP finals, and 6 NBA championships, and was named the greatest basketball player who ever lived in the world. Number 7, Wilt Chamberlain. If you already know the background and history of this player, you will be very surprised to hear the name of the number 1 player on this list. He is a center who once scored 100 points in one game, an NBA record. His height is 216 centimeters, same as Shaq. However, what allowed him to dominate in that era was that apart from not having had a three-point shot, he also had a very high jump. In fact, there is no official figure for how high Chamberlain jumped, because the era he played was very long ago. The place was in the 60s, an era when the NBA was still not well known. But many people say the jump height is 122 centimeters, maybe even more. This is more stunning than Jordan before, because Wilt is 18 centimeters taller than Jordan, but has the same jump height as Jordan. As well as being one of the greatest basketball players in NBA history, the 2-time champion and 4-time NBA MVP is also an athlete in the high jump and long jump. So it is very likely that he does have this talent. That's a review of this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that this channel can grow and produce other interesting videos. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.